So this is the famous Richard Rocek. There probably isn't anyone within the resistance who hasn't heard about you.
What? How? I'm famous? Why?
You really don't know? Why, we wouldn't have known that Endora's planning something if you hadn't told us. And now we know even more than the state. Furthermore, you take orders from the most feared agent of the state intelligence. And you're still alive. That's respectable.
But Andrea has helped me a lot with all that.
Don't be so modest, Richard. It's all true. Although I told you what to do, in the end, it was you who did all the work.
All right, but enough of the praise. While we're here, maybe we should get down to business, don't you think?
Absolutely. So, to the point. We know Endora has found a way to overthrow the state. But what we don't know is how it plans to do it, and for what it needs the radium secretly mined in Prague. All clues point to the Endora headquarters where all the orders came. We will find answers there.
So we should go and look there, shouldn't we?
But it won't be so easy.
The Endora headquarters are extremely well secured. No one has ever infiltrated inside.
There must be a way. What buildings are those Endora headquarters in, anyway?
It's the seat of the company's topmost management and the biggest building in the whole of Brazil. It's designed with 3 towers, connected in the first third of their height by a helicopter landing pad. There are only 2 ways to get inside the complex. To go through the main gate or to land on the landing pad.
And I think I'm right to say that both of these 2 ways are out of the question. What about trying to get through security personnel? They're the only men, after all, so we may be able to persuade them somehow.
The problem is that they're not men. Security is handled completely by special types of androids.
It's impossible to get through them. Not only are they armed to the teeth, but also their intelligence is quite high.
But I have...
No, Richard, you can't simply paralyze them.
Wouldn't it be possible to infiltrate among the employees?
All the employees are carefully chosen from other Endora facilities. They never engage anyone from outside the company. And those lucky men, if I may call them so, then work and live inside the complex. They never go outside. Absolutely all of them stay there until their death. Or until they commit suicide. It's unbelievable. But Endora has its own cemetery.
I couldn't believe it too, but then I saw copies of the employee listings. The people really work there, even on their deathbed.
You have the listings of their employees? Can I see them?
We had to destroy them during the last police roundup. But ask away. I remember almost every word of them.
And what do they contain?
Only the identification number of the employees and their status. Active, dead, or dismissed. They weren't too detailed.
Dismissed? I thought all employees worked there until their death.
Yes, with 2 exceptions. We already checked them, but in vain. The first is probably already dead or missing, and the other is someone named Pedro Parentes.
Where does this Pedro Parentes live? I'll go and have a talk with him.
It's no use. And after his dismissal, they took away his card, and since then, he has been living away from people and has almost never spoken.
Right. I'll try to cook something up.
Go. Andre and I will try to search blueprints and documentation for some other feasible way.
They're trying to figure out something too. Or at least they look busy. So this is what living away from people means.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I'd like to speak with you. I think you could help us a lot.
I don't care for any visits and I won't help anyone. Get out of here!
But... He didn't speak to me outside. He won't speak inside either. But I have to find some way. Must be nice to cook on such a stove. I can't even cook normally, let alone here. Wow! The Endora headquarters are bigger than I thought. It's not going to be easy to get in there. I won't get to the premises this way, that's for sure. It looks like time has stopped here. The industrial district is just an old mine with a fence around it. It's closed and it looks like nobody has opened it for a while. They're not even guarding it. They're not playing. It's quiet here. What a beautiful, pleasant silence. The ever-present propaganda was driving me crazy. I see Andy hasn't gone too far. He looks quite sad. You haven't gone too far, Andy.
Hit me if you wish. I don't care anymore.
Sorry I was so rough, but there's no other way. No Name has got you in his grip.
Shut up! Damn! I don't have to listen to that. You don't know what happened. You pretend that you're a rebel, big time. But the fact is you've only been with the resistance for less than a week. I've changed, and I wanted to help you, really. Don't patronize me by asking me to prove it.
Andy!
Good luck.
No one is there anymore, and I don't need anything from there anyway. Shame it's not working. It's damn hot here. May I interrupt you?
Sure, what do you need?
Or have you come up with something already? We haven't found any possible way yet.
So the Brazilian resistance resides in an old cigar factory?
In fact, we reside everywhere and nowhere at the same time. We move often, we are few, and we only rarely act. We're rather observant.
Maybe so, but you have nice equipment.
You mean that blinking monster behind Andrea? That's more of a hobby of one of our members.
Maybe this sounds a little strange, But you look just how I imagined a resistor commander would look like. But it surprises me a little that you have such a weak accent.
I've traveled a lot. In fact, I stayed in Prague for quite a long time.
Parentes doesn't want to speak with anybody. We'll have to find another way of getting information from him.
I told you he won't cooperate. We've tried to speak with him several times already.
I need to know more about him.
It may be possible. I found something here. I'll send it to your PDA as an article. It's his brief curriculum from Endora's records.
Thanks. Hopefully it'll help. I should go. I'll inform you if I think of anything. He seems sad. He looks like a grumpy old man on the outside, but he's probably quite a decent man. Excuse me.
Didn't you understand me? I don't want any visits. Go away.
Wait, please. I only need a bit of your time, and you've got plenty of it. I've read about what happened to your family. I have a similar history, except that I don't even have a brother who survived.
What can you possibly know about my brother and about me? Mind your own business and get out of here.
Please, sir. We really need your help.
I have nothing to say to you. Go away.
May I interrupt you?
Sure, what do you need?
Or have you come up with something already? We haven't found any possible way yet.
At last, I may have a way of getting Parentes to talk. When I spoke to him, I mentioned his brother, and he immediately hit the ceiling.
He has a brother?
Yes, his curriculum mentions him. They both worked in Endora.
That's impossible. There weren't any two identical names in the employee listings. We surely would have noticed.
That's odd. According to the records I read, they were both hired in the same year.
If he really worked there, and he's not in the listings, then Endora probably didn't want anybody to know he was ever there.
It seems so, but why would they do that?
Those records are available to the police. Maybe they just needed to cover something up. But if I know Endora well, they left some records stored all the same.
We may try to find his file using his name.
Richard? Do you know his brother's name?
Raúl Parentes, at least according to the curriculum.
That could be our clue.
Parentes Raúl. It may take some time. The software has to search in the names of all the files. Seems it's found something. But it's encrypted, the same as the disk from the Colleen laboratory. You have the decoder in your PDA. I uploaded it there just to be sure, so the file will show you.
I'll read it through and try to persuade Pedro to help us. I feel he knows something that will be useful to us. I should tell Andrea and the commander what I found in the file before I leave. They're waiting. I managed to find out about Pedro Parentes's brother.
So tell us.
He was spying for the state police, and Endora discovered him. They eliminated him and fired Pedro just to be sure.
That's really rough. Do you think Pedro knows all that?
Certainly not. They probably fired him, took his card, and didn't say a word in explanation. That's exactly the way they treat people.
So that's why he doesn't want to speak with anybody. It's no surprise.
At any rate, I'm going to tell him now. Maybe the truth will persuade him to help us. I should go. I'll inform you if I think of anything.
It seems you don't really understand me, son. I've got nothing to say to you. Get lost!
Well, maybe you don't have anything to say to me, but I have something to tell you. I found out about what happened to your brother. I know he worked with you at Endora.
So? What about it?
And I also know he was a member of the state police, and that Endora made him disappear.
What? Where did you get this information?
We did some searching in the internal database of Endora. Is it just my impression, or doesn't this surprise you at all?
It's been a long time. There's no point in opening old wounds.
You used to work in the Endora headquarters here, and I need some detailed information on the facility.
Why don't you buy a brochure?
So you knew that Raoul was a state police spy? Wait a minute. You must have known because you were an agent too.
What the... Who the hell are you, and what do you want from me?
I'm Richard Rocek, and I'm with the Resistance. We'd like to ask you to help us.
The Resistance?
What's so funny?
Nothing. It's just that I've been dreaming of revenge and looking for the Resistance for the past 4 years. In vain. And now that I've almost given up, you come to me.
So what really happened to you and your brother?
Well, I wanted to let it be, but... oh well. Me and my brother joined the state police almost immediately after the Great War, and we gradually worked our way up to becoming agents. Our task was to observe Endora, and I decided to infiltrate it. My brother was helping me from outside. When the World Headquarters was founded in '35 and nobody knew its purpose, I received an order to get more information. Raoul got a job in a division I was in charge of. We were the first relatives to work there. For some reason, they didn't like it. When my brother discovered something big and top secret, he called me. He was totally out of his mind, and the call was detected by security. They didn't know he was talking to me, so they only took him and made him disappear. They didn't have anything on me, but they still kicked me out. For 4 long years, I've been planning my revenge, to avenge my brother's death at the hands of Endora, and to punish the state, who turned its back on me. They couldn't risk a scandal, so they wrote both of us off. There was an agent who decided it. They said he had no name. When we were joining the state police, we thought we were doing the right thing. Now I know how wrong we were.
I don't know what to say. I don't want to say that I understand, so I'd rather not say anything. Since you used to work for Endora, you certainly know all the possible entrances. We need to know where they are.
Yeah, I know the entrances.
And where are they? The only entrances we know of are the main gate and the landing spot.
Exactly. And that's it. Those are all the entrances there are.
Look, I will tell you about our situation. We know that Endora is up to something, and we know it's going to have global consequences. We have to find out what it is, and at least get ready for it.
And, how can I help you?
We need to find a way into Endora's world headquarters. There must be one.
I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Pedro, please, think about it. I promise, Endora and the agent with no name will pay for what they've done to you. And me, too.
Do you know the agent?
Yes. He killed my parents and my brother when I was little. And unfortunately, recently I came across him again. By now he's probably on his way here to finish what he didn't manage then.
Maybe...
Maybe what?
Maybe there is a way to get in. I used to test a teleportation project in Endora, but I don't know if the teleport is still in working order. It has never been officially used. It was supposed to be a means of emergency entrance if, for some reason, the main gate couldn't be used.
Excellent! That's exactly what we're looking for.
Wait, the thing is, even if it worked, it's only one way, and you can't take anything electronic with you. It'd be destroyed by the teleportation.
Never mind, it's a possibility. Where is the teleport?
Here we are. As far as I can remember, the teleport entrance is in this house. But the entrance is blocked. It's been a long time. Maybe it's not even working anymore.
I think we should try to find out. He looks like he really wants to get revenge on Endora and the state. The house is only standing by the pure power of its will. There's some debris blocking the entrance. There's a concrete block in the way, and it's too heavy to move. A concrete block is blocking the entrance, and I can't move it alone. Could you help me here?
It's the only way inside, so we're gonna have to try it. Okay, let's see if it's still working. Good. My idea is still working here. Now it's up to you. I'd rather not get mixed up in this anymore. The teleport is turned on by a strong electromagnetic impulse. And don't forget that teleportation will destroy all the electronics, and that you're gonna have to find a way to return because it can only teleport you one way.
I'll keep it in mind. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. And don't forget what you promised.
Don't worry. I'll do everything I can to make Endora and the agents suffer. Apparently, propaganda and vandalism can find their way anywhere. Fortunately, they didn't destroy the machine. So this is going to get me into Endora. I hope Pedro wasn't pulling my leg. Pedro said it was turned on by a strong electromagnetic impulse. I'll have to find something, and I have no idea what. I found a way into the Endora headquarters.
What?
Pedro decided to help us in the end. He was with the state police, as well as his brother. But they never found out about him. They left them both behind. The state washed its hands.
So there's another fellow let down by the state. I guess he's not the only one.
Yeah. And you wouldn't believe who was in charge of their case. No Name.
Oh my God! That bastard's behind everything!
Not everything, Andrea. But it makes sense. He's been watching Endora for a very long time. Pedro and Raul aren't the first, or the last, to pay for getting in his way. But I swear I'll avenge all his innocent victims. No Name is going to pay for everything he's done to us.
Okay, these are very pretty words, but you haven't yet told us how you're going to get into Endora.
I'm going to use the project Pedro was testing when he was working there. It was a teleportation system for emergency access to the facility. Pedro was able to activate it even after all these years.
Excellent. What's the catch?
There's more than one catch. The teleportation system is turned on by a strong electromagnetic impulse which destroys all the electronics. But more importantly, there's no way to return. The teleport will get you inside the building, but not out.
Okay, this is great. So even if you manage to make the teleportation device work, you won't be able to return, and you can't take any weapons or equipment with you. Is this the best you can come up with?
Well, we don't know of any other way, so let's work with it rather than picking holes in it. So, first we have to find a source of a strong electromagnetic impulse which can be easily carried from place to place. Let's go.
I should go. I'll inform you if I think of anything. Bad idea. Maybe I could turn it on with the EMP. Nah, this pulse isn't strong enough. Bad idea. Have you found a source for an electro impulse already?
Well, we're still looking. There aren't too many of those devices which can be carried around in your pocket.
I was thinking, maybe I could use my EMP gun as a source of the impulse.
Richard, you're a genius!
I don't know, I tried it before and it didn't work.
Of course not, because there's a restrictor in the EMP gun. But if we take it out, the impulses will be much stronger. I mean, its impulse. You'll only have one shot, because then the gun will discharge.
Never mind. One shot is better than none. Do what you need to do.
I'll just disconnect this. Here we go. Watch out for the trigger. You could hurt yourself. And watch out for yourself. Return in one piece.
So you really mean it, huh? I was thinking of a way to return. Since you can't use the teleport and you can't get past the gate alive, you're going to need another way. There must be a technological warehouse in the main building, and you should be able to find something you can fly through the air on in there. So when you found it, simply jump out of the window. They will probably be after you, but you can easily shake them off in the streets of the old town. It's rather risky, but it's probably the only option you have. Good luck.
Thanks to both of you. I'll try not to let you down. I shouldn't waste any more time. So, let's go. Damn!
Intruder detected. Sir, I ask you in the name of Endora to cooperate. Otherwise, I will have to use force.
It looks like I have no other option.
Please step closer to the lift. You will be sent for interrogation. Step in, please. You will wait for the inspector here,
Wait!
and you will be temporarily paralyzed.
Ah, my head! Ah, what a blast! How long have I been lying here? The sun is pretty low. I should get out of here before the investigator comes. This room probably isn't just an ordinary waiting room. It's blocked. Can't get out this way. I don't get this. It says kangaroo on the label, but all I can see are some wires connected together. The wire seems to be sort of sticking out. Oops. Never mind. I might need a wire. This doesn't look like a comfortable chair. I hope I'll never have to sit on it. So Endora even has paperweights with logos. Actually, it's not so bad. Almost stylish. I hope nobody will mind if I take it. This is great. I'm at least 20 floors above the ground. This is probably the landing spot. Maybe this could be the way to get out. This is the hallway I came through with the android. Maybe I could get there through the window, but the windows are opened by remote. Really nice home accessory. A wire from the kangaroo statue, or whatever it was. The left window can be opened by this remote. It's on the other side. I can't get to it. Rather not. The right window can be opened by this remote. This window is ajar, but I still can't reach the remote. I need something to push the button on the remote with. I can't get to the button with a straight wire. I could bend the wire with the paperweight. The wire I've folded using the paperweight. This way, maybe the window will open. Good. I think I can squeeze through here. Endora is always trying to prove something. I wonder whether the management is compensating for something. I don't know where to go. I don't know the building and the lift is blocked. This looks like the visual plan of the building. I wonder where I am in this plan.
You are on the 14th floor, in the interrogation and audience room.
What the hell was that?
The question was not recognized.
What are you?
The question was not recognized.
Oh, well, identify yourself.
I am the Endora's World Headquarters navigation system with voice control.
What are your functions?
My main functions include navigation advice through the building and assistance in providing information on the status of floors and rooms,
What do you mean by the status?
the location of guards, and the access security level.
Where am I right now?
You are on the 14th floor, in the interrogation and audience room.
Where can I find the technological warehouse?
The warehouse is on the first floor of the main building.
Give me the warehouse status.
Warehouse status. Guards outside the floor. Lift blocked. Emergency exit accessible.
These are PFS systems. We used to use them for working heights on the building sites. This should easily keep me in the air for maybe 20 minutes, but these look much more modern. Fortunately, the controls are almost the same. The commander told me I could use something like this to get out of here. If I jumped with it from a top floor, I could easily get to the old city and disappear in its streets. I'm going to take one. It's my only means of escape. We used to use them quite often at construction sites. I hope I can operate this type too. Show me where the archive is.
The archive is on the 74th floor of the main building.
What's the current status of the archive?
Archive status. Guards outside the floor. Lift blocked. Emergency exit accessible.
Attention, unknown person detected in the main building. Estimated location, 1st to 20th floor.
Damn, they must have noticed that I'm not in the interrogation room. I'll have to hurry up. The first keyword should probably be Prague. That's where they did the excavations, so it's going to be in the disk's description. The next keyword will probably be radium, since it's what Endora needs for some reason. But this is all very general information. I need something more specific. Maybe a name that has nothing to do with Endora, but which will definitely be in this file. After all, there's a lot going on in Prague, and it used to be common to use radium. It won't be enough to find the disk. That's a lot of files. I can't go through all of them. The janitors probably left it here. They were repairing something in the wall. I don't know if I could use any of that. A nice massive chair. I don't have time to sit here. The window has a hardening film on it. It's pretty firm this way, but if you damage the film, the firmness is gone. can't tell if it's the right disc from the number, but if I only found one disc, it must be the right one. So I have the disc now. Now I just need to get the hell out of here. And I can't go anywhere downstairs. The lift and the stairs are blocked. We should be able to find many answers on this disc. There's also a welder for the window hardening film here. I'm going to borrow this. This welding unit is very powerful. I'll have to be careful with it. The window has a hardening film on it. It's pretty firm this way, but if you damage the film, the firmness is gone. I hope Andrea keeps her fingers crossed. I'll need luck more than ever now.
Richard! You have no idea how worried I was. We heard an alarm from the Endora headquarters. We didn't think you'd return.
Yeah, the alarm scared me too. I got locked up in the archive. In the end, I actually had to jump out. There was no other way. But that doesn't matter now. I'd like to know what I was doing it all for. This is the disc.
Good. Let's see what Endora's hiding. It seems to be a complex document. There's a lot of data in it. Oh my God!
What?
There's a record of activities of a special research group Endora created. They found it right after the war, and it had a simple purpose: to overthrow the state. They were researching everything from interstellar weapons to paranormal phenomena. In the end, they decided to focus on the research of the Olmeca civilization. There are notes of time travel here, and of the radium they mined for Prague. This doesn't make sense.
I don't get this. What do these Olmecians have to do with a rare element and time travel?
This is enough. We can't go on like this. This has gone too far.
Why? What happened?
Don't you understand? It's obvious. Endora is researching time travel. They used Omisian technology, and apparently they need radium for it. But that doesn't matter. We must get rid of the disk. And not just the disk.
What? Why? We risk so much for it. And what does it matter that Endora is researching time travel? They're neither the first nor the last.
What does it matter? They're trying to overthrow the state. And what's the best way to do it? Simply erase it from history. And Endora isn't just playing around. They're going to succeed. These aren't just some petty experiments. This is a huge conspiracy which will eventually affect us all. The resistance can't get involved in this. We should start preparing for some big changes. Richard can't stay. He can't stay with the resistance, and he can't stay in the city. And neither can the disc.
You can't be serious. You can't just leave him there at their mercy after what he's done for us.
That's not important now. We must protect what we still have left. Richard, the whole of Endora are after you and the disc. And no names here. And he won't stop at anything. He wants to get you for personal reasons. You can't stay here. Please, leave. Leave and take the disc with you.
After everything I've done? But, okay, fine. I don't want to cause any problems. I can see your point.
But where are you going to go?
I don't know. I'll just go. Maybe you'll remember me one day and think of how I helped you.
No